they feel terribly frustrated, depressed. Sometimes I wonder, how is it possible that a war of this nature and a suffering that we can see 24 hours, 7 days a week under our watch has led to a situation where collectively the unbearable is becoming bearable. And what's really striking is a level of dehumanization, the lack of empathy vis-à-vis the suffering of the Palestinian in general and the Palestinian refugees. I have been in many conflicts before, but none of them have taken place under our watch and be brought on your TV screen or on your computer the same way than this one. And despite that, it has not influenced policies which once for all would have put an end to this madness. Since January 18, I haven't received any more substantiated information from the Israeli Authority, and we keep calling for them to cooperate with the investigation team. All the other allegations, today 450 people, I heard also about a number of 1,200, are all allegations which are shared publicly through social media, but for which we have never ever received any information from the Israeli Authority to the agency. The situation is still hand to mouth. With the latest information we have received, I know we should be able to operate at least till the end of April. So we have a slightly better visibility today. There have been a number of contributions, but obviously this is not enough yet. I do believe that ultimately calling for the dismantlement of UNRWA, it's also a way to get rid of the refugee statute, to strip in fact the Palestinian refugees from the refugee statute, and through this also once for all to address the issue of the right of return through in a technical way instead of addressing it through a proper political process. You know that this is one of the last issues which normally should be negotiated, and if you have no refugee statute, basically you don't have to address this. Having said that, it's also a little bit short-sighted because the statute of the Palestinian refugees is not related to the services that the agency is providing. It's referring, in fact, to a completely different General Assembly resolution. Mm-hmm. First of all, the agency, like all the other UN agencies, has a no-contact policy with the Hamas. And when we say no-contact policies, that means no political contact with the political arm of the Hamas, and obviously even less with the military arm. Having said that, to operate into Gaza, and as you said, under the total control of Hamas since 2005, even to enter, you need an authorization to enter. Our cooperation has been a technical cooperation, mainly, for example, when we had the COVID, to make sure that the response be the same response, whether you are a refugee or not a refugee. But I can tell you also that UNRWA is also perceived as a cultural threat by the Hamas. We have 300,000, we used to have 300,000 girls and boys in our school in the Gaza Strip. We are the only one having a proper human rights curriculum, and we also make sure that our teaching is in line with UNESCO standard. Now, whenever, and especially here, just to give you an example, in summer we organize a summer camp for the children. Last summer we had more than 230,000 children who came to our summer camp to do sport activities, art activities, musical activities, whereas the summer camp organized by the Hamas brought in only 20,000 children. And they have always seen our summer camp as a cultural threat and always try to undermine the setting up of these camps. Unbelievable the situation today in Gaza. As you know, we are on the eve of a possible famine. We are confronted to a completely man-made artificial situation in a region where no one before the war ever encountered a hunger problem, and today it's completely widespread in the Gaza Strip with pockets of starvation and looming famine.